from the Champions Soccer Stadium in Irvine, California. You're watching the USL as this evening red-hot Orange County SC play host to Rio Grande Valley. Chris Whittingham alongside Gary Bailey for commentary of this one on Military Appreciation Night in the Champions Soccer Stadium. Orange County come in winners of 4 on the bounce, including in midweek, a 3-2 victory away from home against Portland Timbers 2. As we get into our matchup here and looking at the players to watch, and our Shire player to watch is Michael Seaton, pairing alongside Enna Voltson, combining for 25 goals. Seaton's got 9 of them, Gary.
A wonderful player, this Michael Seaton. He's still a youngster, only 22 years of age. He's big, he's strong, he's quick. He's a great finisher, and alongside Thomas Enivolson, who's much older and more experienced and wiser, he can learn from Enivolson. But what a combination those two players are. But watch out for this lad in this game. He's a natural goal scorer.
And now let's get to our starting lineup. They're brought to you by Subaru Orange Coast. And for Orange County, 5 changes from the team that won in midweek against Portland Timbers 2. That front 2 stays the same with Enna Voltson and Seaton, but plenty of changes at the back, Gary.
Yeah, certainly the two sort of centre-backs, Hoyfeld and Thomas Yule Nielsen, they've come in. Noah Powder and Joe Miko staying in the team. Hashimoto's come in Segba. So, yeah, a little bit of change. And the goalkeeper, Andre Rolsback. So, yeah, changes, but at this stage of the season, with OC virtually assured of a playoff place, the coach, Braden Cloutier, looking to just mix his squad up, keep them fresh, and keep them ready for the playoffs.
And right now, joined top of the Western Conference, Orange County, along with Royal Monarchs on 50 points. So they can potentially chase that #1 seed in the conference. As we move now to Rio Grande Valley, a side that has struggled for victories on the season, but can be difficult to play against. They have just 3 wins on the season, but 12 draws. They've only given away 29 goals in 24 matches, which for a team of such youth is fairly surprising.
Yep, very, very good defensive, no question about that, but only scored 22 in 24 games. So as you say, in attack, that's where the challenge is, and a lot of changes from their last outing, 9 changes. So obviously the coach, Echeverry, deciding that he wants to give others a bit of a chance here. I think only 2 remain from the last match, and that is Sheldon Sullivan and Jorginho James.
Yeah, that front 2 will be Carlos Small along with Jordan Jones. An entire change to the back 4. Back 5, if you include the goalkeeper, Tyler Derrick on loan from Houston Dynamo. He'll be between the pipes tonight in for Nico Corti, who has been the usual goalkeeper for Rio Grande Valley this season, but an entirely changed back 4, save for Sheldon Sullivan. And as you mentioned, Jorginho James will partner alongside Nico Perea with Zaldivar and David Cabrera, either side of that central midfield partnership. But it'll be Orange County who will look to make it 5 wins on the bounce tonight. They play host to Rio Grande Valley this evening. As you have a look here, it is Military Appreciation Night. Obviously, we pass our condolences to the loss of a great military man and the senator from Arizona and former Republican presidential candidate John McCain, who received word passed away earlier this evening. Those in attendance will certainly be mourning his loss. As the national anthem wraps up, your keys to the match are brought to you by Synchronicity. And Gary, for Orange County, a fast start. Rio Grande Valley can grind out results, and Orange County can score goals for fun. If they go on early, it could be a lot.
It could be. I mean, to be fair, Orange County are such a good side. They're way ahead of RGV, but a good test for these young RGV kids. They're going to have to work hard to keep a clean sheet tonight.
And Rio Grande Valley will look to make it difficult, but they make 9 changes from a midweek draw against LA Galaxy 2. Orange County SC have been on a terrific run of form. 6 wins from 8, 4 on the bounce, and they're joint top of the Western Conference with one of the league's top goal scorers. They look to make it 5. Coming up next, it's Orange County playing host to Rio Grande Valley.
Canada Dry Ginger Ale and Lemonade. The perfect blend of real ginger taste with a splash of real juice. Are you ready to taste Nirvana?
Hey, honey! Do we want to taste Nirvana?
Yeah, sure.
How long have you been sitting in my yard?
Since Tuesday. Try new Canada Dry Ginger Ale and Lemonade.
And welcome back to live coverage of Orange County SC playing host to Rio Grande Valley. As you have a look at our injury report brought to you by Horg Orthopedic Institute. Usu Ansa Kantor not in the 18, dealing with a knock at the moment. Expected to be out for very long as we are awaiting the arrival of an ambulance to the Champion Soccer Stadium, just to make sure we have the available medical personnel at the ground in case anything happens.
Whenever you're ready.
But our match day referee, Alton Garcia, is ready to go. Once that arrives. And we are underway from the Champions Soccer Stadium. Orange County on a brilliant run of form coming into this one. They've won 4 on the bounce, and they're joint top of the Western Conference with Thomas Enevoldsen leading the way with 16 goals, who now is joint top of the USL scoring charts after Cameron Lancaster of Louisville City picked up a goal today for side towards the top of the Eastern Conference, as Enevoldsen will play the ball out to this left-hand side, and Mats Bierman. Rio Grande Valley, meanwhile, a bit of a struggle on the campaign, particularly for goals. 3 wins, 12 draws, 9 losses, including a draw in midweek against LA Galaxy 2. Jesus Enriquez, the goal scorer for Rio Grande Valley, but he, among many others, part of the changes from that midweek draw. 9 changes in total for Rio Grande Valley, and they'll be going from right to left in their usual orange.
Well, in defense of RGV, it's a very, very young team. They've got a goalkeeper at 29 years of age, Nico Pereira at 26, and then Kai Green, 25. Everybody else is 24, 23s, 22. So it's a young team. It's an inexperienced team up against a team in OC, to be fair, who are very experienced. I mean, look at Josh Heufeld, 34, and Enevoldsen, 31. So it's a tough one. It is almost men against boys. But that's how you learn, and RGV have got some great talent, and let's see how they fare against a very, very good Orange County side here tonight.
As Enevoldsen play on the run of Joe Miko. It's a lovely turn and a left-footed strike, and wasn't too far away from the Orange County right back, who does well in the overlap.
Yeah, Joe Miko, lovely strike there. Just rising. It's the same old story. You want to keep the ball low and make the goalkeeper work, but it certainly gave Tyler Derrick a little moment there to worry, and it just lifts over the crossbar.
Nico Pereira, the captain this evening for RGV, left in the dust. But in the end, drifting over Tyler Derrick's goal. And it is Tyler Derrick in goal this evening. The loanee from Houston Dynamo was a regular in the team, but dealing with an off-field situation that has kept him suspended for 19 matches following an alleged domestic incident that's been dealt with in the courts. Now returning back to professional soccer. Derrick, who had 80 MLS starts for Houston since 2010, was the first academy homegrown player to start an MLS match for Houston. And last year started 26 times, so he was very much the number 1. And lost that job due to an off-field incident.
Well, good to see him back, and let's hope he can focus on keeping the goals out, because he's going to be busy tonight, I would suggest. I've always enjoyed watching Orange County, and Thomas Enevoldsen, of course, what a quality striker he is, the Danish international. And speaking to Braden Cloutier during the week, he said he thinks that Thomas Enevoldsen's sort of putting up a marker there for the MLS clubs to say, hey, I'm good enough to play at a higher level.
Carlos Small trying to put a bit of pressure on Thomas Yul Nielsen. Andre Rawls trying to play out from the back. Under a bit of pressure, forced to put it away for an RGV throw. Sheldon Sullivan 66th pick in MLS Super Draft out of Virginia. Playing for RGV. Become the halfway house for a lot of college draft picks for MLS sides playing here in this league. Plenty of MLS loanees too. This Orange County side, Andre Rawls in goal on loan from NYCFC. Mark Segber's on loan from New England Revolution. There's Amico, he'll keep it in play. Segber's available as the option, tries to send the ball in the penalty area and just about does so. The back heel is on there from Michael Seaton, and just doing well to defend was Jorginho James. Will be out for a corner.
Very good play there from Michael Seaton. Great awareness. He knew he couldn't turn the defender, so he uses the back heel and nearly gets the breakthrough. And that's why he's so special, this young man, 22 years of age, and big, strong, quick, and great football intelligence.
And this will be a corner brought to you by the big ones. And it will be Aiden Quinn to swing it in. The header is flicked on there by Yul Nielsen, who will remain in the penalty area, but Kai Green will deal with it and clear his lines for RGV. Tried to find the feet there of David Cabrera, and instead the cross is returned in, and Tyler Derrick will just marshal it out of play.
Question marks there for RGV. You don't let someone get a flick-on header at your near post from a set piece. That'll cause you all sorts of problems. You've got to get someone in front of the attacker, which they didn't do. Lucky to get away with that. They'll have to be tighter on set pieces in future.
That certainly would be a concern of Gerson Echeverry, the manager for Rio Grande Valley. Plenty of connections between Houston Dynamo and Rio Grande Valley. We mentioned Tyler Derrick and the team. They do have a relationship. Rio Grande Valley club operated independently from the business side, but the technical side run by Houston Dynamo. And the obvious connection is starting to sprout. Wilmer Cabrera, the Houston Dynamo manager, was the first manager of Rio Grande Valley. And Echeverry has a connection with Cabrera. They used to manage the United States under-17s together. Of course, the most recent under-17s manager now also in USL with Louisville City, that being John Hackworth.
Yeah, he got off to a good start. Another good win today, wasn't it?
Yes, indeed. It was a big one. Away from home as well against Richmond Kickers, 6-0.
Wow.
After a 3-0 victory in midweek against Charlotte, Louisville regaining some form. The champions, Orange County, looking to very much join that class as Carlos Small took a touch inside that box, but able to sort out his touch. Headed on by Sullivan. Perea. Here's Kyle Adams, who is a New Zealand youth international. Sometimes has played left back, but will slide in at left center back this evening.
21 years of age, another young talent, big and tall and very comfortable on the ball, which most center backs are these days.
Actually, considering surprising result considering the situation for both of these teams in the table. One of RG3's 3 victories on the season was against Orange County back in Edinburgh. Memo Rodriguez and Aldo Quintanilla with the goals for a 2-0 victory. Talked to Bernie Cloutier after that match, and he said it was among their worst performances of the season. A whole lot of redeeming qualities in it. That represents one of 3 victories for Rio Grande Valley this season, the second straight season in which they've struggled. Came out of the box fairly strongly, finishing second in the Western Conference in their first season under Wilmer Cabrera, but dropped to 11th last year and now third bottom of the Western Conference.
Yeah, can't quite see them getting another 2-0 result. I think it's going to be tough.
Particularly away from home, no doubt.
Yeah, and this is a very good Orange County side. I mean, it's a side that can go all the way in the playoffs. They've got the ability to score from many situations. They're well organized. A lovely team to watch. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough day for RGV and one in which they can learn a lot. Let's see how they fare.
Miko just about keeping a play for Seaton. Now Enna Voltson. Given away there by Orange County, and counterattack on here through Matias Zaldivar out to this left-hand side for Carlos Small. Here's the Panamanian into the penalty area, trying to get around Yul Nielsen. Will send the low cross through across the face of goal. It was a dangerous one, but no orange shirts there. Be the other side of it.
That was a good cross, wasn't it? Into a fantastically dangerous area, that 6-yard box. It needed runners from RGV to finish it off, and there was nobody there. But that's an excellent ball, and he's got every right to turn and look around him and say, hey, guys, I've done the hard work. Why weren't you in the box to finish it off?
Josh Heufeld, former Southampton center back. Plenty of pedigree there as the first-time ball is directed in the path of Segbers, but well read and eventually cleared there by Sullivan. And off Perea now for a throw.
You mentioned Heufeld, 35 years of age now, but great pedigree, as you mentioned, with Southampton. Difficult then for RGV with these youngsters to compete with that sort of level of experience and ability. But again, they can learn from these sort of players, see how natural and comfortable they are on the ball, see how they try and play error-free football at the back. And that's what, as a coach, you're wanting these young kids to learn.
And of course, you do have the ability to just beat them for raw pace. The age disparity as the ball is slid into the path of Powder on the overlap. The cross is delivered towards Seaton, but done with there by RGV, and Volson trying to send it towards goal, but cleared only as far as Hashimoto will give it a go and send it blazing over the bar.
Yep, way over the bar and into the cubicles at the back. Nearly took someone out there who's serving food or whatever. But again, you know, I've got nothing against strikes from outside the box, but just get frustrated when they clear the bar because the goalkeeper doesn't have to work. Get it on the ground. You never know. Maybe it hits a tuft of grass. It causes the goalkeeper to have to parry it. Somebody follows up
takes
and
a deflection
scores.
off a defender.
Exactly, 100%. At least give yourself a chance of scoring. When you balloon it over the bar, obviously there's zero chance of a goal.
It's the sixth meeting between these two teams. Overall series is level. 2 wins apiece and a draw. Sullivan, the Argentinian Perea trying to get something on it. Appeals for handball against Amico, but referee Elton Garcia not interested. Segbers. Aiden Quinn, depending on who you believe, either has 9 assists or 10 assists. And Volson will head towards that byline and clip the cross towards that back post. It's over the head of Bierman. It might fall here for Noah Powder. We'll go towards that byline. And again, sends it low cross with some power behind it, but to no one in particular. And cut out there, but a fantastic snapping challenge in there from Amico. And Quinn sprays it out to this right-hand side, but nobody there. Quinn telling head coach Braden Cloutier, related to us, that the USL did not give him credit for an assist that he believes he got. So they list him as having 9, but he says he has 10.
I'm going with the player. I love that confidence when you're prepared to battle for everything to prove what a good player you are.
Quality challenge in there from Kyle Adams, and it did come off of Michael Seaton in the end, and I think the assistant just waited a second to confer with the referee who that came off of last. And the Jamaican Seaton able to win that appeal. Grew up in the United States with DC United and Richmond Kickers, and then moved to Portland, played with BT2, and last couple of years was in Israel with Hapoel Tel Aviv, playing in Orange County, where he's found a measure of success, scoring 9 times, finding that combination with Thomas and Volson. Certainly look now as Jamaican-born to look to perhaps even find a spot in his national side.
He's certainly got the ability, no question about that. And I think there's going to be a big test for RGV as to how they manage Michael Seaton and Thomas Volson as this game goes on.
Zaldivar trying to flick there for Perea, but a bit wayward. Nice quality ball there from Hashimoto, and Volson trying to find the ball between the lines for Michael Seaton, but dealt with well by Kyle Adams.
Seaton very clever there, just nicked it off Kyle Adams and wins himself the throw. And that's what makes him a good player. Doesn't give you any time to relax. He's big and strong. He'll do the physical. He can do the speed as well. And he shoots with both feet. So if you're Kyle Adams, you know you're going to be in for a tough 90 minutes here this evening.
Powder. And Volson just keeping the ball here through Yul Nielsen. Mark Segbers. First round pick in MLS Super Draft to New England. Ball is nearly given away, in the end given away. Sent for Carlos Small to chase, but Josh Hoyfeld covering. Southampton not the only big club he played for, also with Norwich and Millwall and Celtic. Kay, Copenhagen. Well-traveled player. Now, Southern California.
Well, delighted to see him here because it's players with that sort of professional knowledge that you want them to be passing that knowledge on to the young kids, American kids. I think that's a foul. Yep, given kids here who haven't got contact with European football and not quite sure what the real professional soccer's all about. And those players who have played at that level can come along, teach them. And as we've said before, what I really would love to see is players so good in the USA that they can go and play in the top leagues in Europe and come back and represent the country at World Cup level.
There's the foul in there from Yul Nielsen through Carlos Small. And the free kick. Now a throw here for Rio Grande Valley. Both these teams come in on opposite runs of form. Orange County, 4 wins on the bounce. RGV without a win in 4. Just 1 draw in that spell as well. They've yet to win away from home as well. It's going to be a tough task tonight in Orange County, but they're in the area now through Jones. Jordan Jones just giving away.
Well, at least they're pushing forward, RGV. I've been impressed with them. They've tried to play, and here we go, Michael Seaton. We said he's going to cause Carl Adams a few problems, and here he is already attacking him.
1v1, peels it back, was trying to find an Evoldsen, but Jorginho James there to cut out.
And I was just saying there about RGV that they've been positive. Look at them, they're playing forward. They, you know, for a team that hasn't won away from home, they don't look scared. Mind you, it's 9 new players. You keep changing the team, I guess you freshen things up in a big way, and these new players come in trying to prove something to the coach.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Gary, 9 changes from the team that drew away to LA Galaxy 2. As the cross came in there from Kai Green and away by Amico. You were just saying before the game that it's very hard to put together any kind of coherent attack that has combinations and build-up plays. You can look there at the defense hitter from Amico when you make 9 changes.
Yeah, I mean, Orange County have made 5, which is a lot, but they're top, or joint top of the league. They're giving players a chance to freshen up. They've got the playoffs in mind. You can see the logic behind that. But for RGV, if you're struggling to win games, constantly changing players, as many as 9 in one game, you're right, you don't get combinations going. And you know, it's tough. It's a tough situation. Those players who are dropped then feel upset. So yeah, I'm not sure I have the solution for a coach who's sitting with only 3 wins all season, but changing 9 in one go, that's a big decision by Gerson Echeverry, and we'll find out tonight whether it's one that's going to work for him or not.
Hashimoto. Ball is lofted over the top in the path of Seaton. We'll keep an eye on the playoff race and any games with implications on these 2 teams. Rio Grande Valley well off the playoffs at the moment. 21 points, should have them 16 off of Swope Park with 9 to play, so took a near miracle for them to get into it. But Orange County, level with Real Monarchs coming in. They're home to LA Galaxy 2 tonight, so both those teams will expect 3 points. A battle for 8th, no doubt. Interesting. We'll get to that in just a second, but first I want to tell you to stop by your favorite local supermarket and pick up some red shell miso dressing, sesame soy dressing, and teriyaki sauce today. It's great on salads, sandwiches, pastas, your favorite meats, and as a dipping sauce. So give it a try. Nil-nil between Orange County and Rio Grande Valley. Amico winning back for the hosts. Powder again for OC. Very nice turn there. Quinn, on top of the assists, back on a few goals as Amico finds himself in a pocket of space down this right-hand side. Quinn just directing traffic, telling Quinn to carry on his run. After the cross, it came off of Amico again, but it was all directed there by Quinn, just telling him to make the run in, and he was played in, just couldn't find the right cross.
He's got a lot of space, Joe Amico, in this first 18 minutes or so. He's been down this right-hand side 4 or 5 times. Question marks there as to what they're doing in terms of defending on the left there. Sheldon Sullivan's got to maybe do more, get some help across. But no question that Joe Amico has been the best outlet for Orange County in attack. And something, if you're an RGV player, you want to try and shut that down.
Well dealt with there by Heufeld. Here's the Dutchman again, partnering with a Dane, Mule Nielsen, Japanese central midfielder, and a strike partnership between a Jamaican and a Dane as well.
Well, United Nations.
Very much indeed. A free kick here for Rio Grande Valley. Who also themselves represent a fair number of countries: New Zealand, Argentina, Jamaica, Colombia, Panama. A diverse group of players on this field. Jordan Jones trying to find the feet there of Zaldivar in that fight at the far right-hand side. This wasn't the right ball.
That wasn't a wasteful pass and losing possession, which you don't want to do. The whole idea is to try and keep the possession and play around and make the other team chase you, make them get tired. But again, here we are, RGV in the OC half, attacking, looking solid, and certainly you wouldn't think that they were towards the bottom part of the table. They play with a bit of confidence and nice touches.
Let's see if challenge in.
Let's see if they can score though, huh?
Yeah. It's a bit cagey over there on that far side. Neither team able to really get a few touches. And a free kick is won there. Amico. Segber's going to play the 1-2 there with Hashimoto and carry on his way. It's a good return ball. Sullivan chasing and sliding in. Did he get the ball? The player actually got the ball and hit it off the player. It'll be a goal kick and a fantastic challenge in there from Sullivan.
It was a very, very good tackle from Sullivan, but again, he seems to be left on his own to deal with the attackers coming down this side. Normally it's Joe Amico who comes down that side. This time it's Segbers. But maybe he needs a little bit of help coming from his central defenders. He's getting exposed on that left-hand side, but good tackle from him that time.
This ball is flicked onto the path of Carlos Small. Send the lofty cross in towards Jones. A header arriving, and it was a decent one. It came off a black shirt on the way through. Otherwise, it might have done more to threaten Andre Rawls.
Yeah, it was a comfortable save in the end by the goalkeeper, but the ball into the box was hung up and everybody attempted to hit it. I'm not quite sure who it eventually came off. But certainly a nice positive approach there from RGV, and I think Jordan Jones was in the mix of it.
Awkward there for Kai Green to just play back to his goalkeeper, but outdid it. Well won by Quinn in the air. Hashimoto and Bierman. Ball rolled in the path here of Noah Powder, who's played at both fullback positions. This campaign making his 12th start as Quinn was trying to slide it through. And eventually, referee will stop play. I believe for a head injury, as there will be treatment for Noah Powder.
Let's hope it's nothing serious. Maybe it's the clash of heads by mistake. And quite rightly, if ever there's a head injury, the best thing to do from a medical point of view is stop the game immediately and just see what the damage is. Looks a little bit dazed. Let's see how it all happened. Oh, it's the ball that hits him in the head. Yeah. Well, never a pleasant feeling. Those who have played the game know that that ball, if it hits you from close and it hits you hard, it can be extremely painful, and it seems to have hit him in the eye as well, so needs to clear that up before he continues. But here we are halfway through the first half, and so far RGV have done really, really well, been very positive, and OC haven't had it all their own way.
Saturday, September 8th, Orange County Soccer Club is at home taking on OKC Energy at 7 p.m. All ticketed fans will receive a free Orange County Soccer Club beanie while supplies last. Get your tickets at orangecountysoccer.com/tickets or call 949-647-GOAL. OKC has mounted a real challenge to get into those playoff places. In the live table, they're up to 9th. There's 2 points off of Swope Park Rangers in 8th.
And who's in 7th?
St. Louis.
Ooh.
St. Louis, who tonight have beaten Tulsa Roughnecks by 3-2. Brace from Wall Fall.
Good player, Wall Fall. Lovely midfielder, tall, German background. And very comfortable on the ball. One of those who's able to look up when he runs with the ball, looks up and allows him to see other players and can thread the ball through to them. So no wonder they're getting goals from that man. Injured for most of the season, wasn't he?
And a fascinating result as well along that playoff line with Swope Park Rangers winning away from home in San Antonio in 8th right now. It's very much a 6-pointer. Congestion just the way that we like it towards that playoff line. Makes that race towards the final few days interesting. Swope Park currently in 8th on 37. St. Louis in 7th on 38. Reno in 6th on 38. And then below the line, OKC on 35. San Antonio on 34. Fresno on 33.
Wow. It's going to get exciting.
Very much indeed.
And I guess if you're OC, you're thinking, phew, thank heavens we're joined top. We're out of that rat race. Well, what we're really doing if you're OC is just getting yourself prepared for the playoffs. You don't want to lose that edge, which, to be fair, they look as if they are taking it a little bit too easy here, OC, tonight. But as a coach, you want to make sure you've got your edge. At the same time, you want to keep a little bit in reserve for the playoffs, so it's a very delicate balance. But I certainly don't think we're seeing OC at 100% at the moment.
They actually would not be joint top right now as Real Monarchs have gone 1-0 up at home against LA Galaxy 2. Michael Chang with the goal for now the top side in the Western Conference, who did lose their manager midweek. Here's Josh Hoyfelt. County just going to try and seize the initiative of this one. Just haven't really been able to do much. Here's Connor Donovan. And tackle well won there by Bierman.
Yep, it's all a little bit sort of even at the moment. Need a bit of a spark of excitement, something to happen. And you always keep an eye, for me, I always keep an eye on Michael Seaton and think, in a moment, OC can change this game. You get that ball to that big man up front, or to Thomas and Evolson. And we've done this a few times where games seem to be going nowhere, and then bang, those two hit, and OC are in the lead.
One of the trademarks as well of Orange County's play is build up, playing passes, playing between the lines. Grand Valley have done very well to snuff it out this evening. Jordan Jones riding the challenge and earning a free kick off of Powder, who looks fine after taking a ball to the face. Perea just gives it straight to Quinn. Well read there. And now Bierman towards Seaton, who takes down very well. Gonna run here at Adams into the penalty area. Michael Seaton just rose a little bit and blazed over the bar, but it actually took a deflection off of Adams on the way through as the referee Elton Garcia is given a corner.
Great first touch there from Seaton as he brings the ball. Have a look at this. Going to bring it down right next to his foot so the defender can't get the tackle. Then he keeps coming in and out, and buys himself a little bit of space. Just went wide of the goal. But that's the threat this man can bring all on his own up front. Wonderful player.
Another corner brought to you by the big ones, as Aiden Quinn will send it in. And if Volson getting something on it this time, rather is Yul Nielsen. But again, that glancing header, he's gotten a few of those, but no one there to profit.
Yeah, you're 100% right. He's done this before in this half, where he gets in front of them, flicks the ball on. And the problem with that is once you flick it on, it's almost impossible to mark anyone. You don't know where that ball's going to go, and you can't stay with your marker. So point number one, you have to stop the flick on at the near post. And twice RGV have allowed it, and twice they've been lucky to get away with it.
Numbers carry on here, creating the noise here at the Champion Soccer Stadium.
Noise or a steady beat?
Hashimoto. And Miko finding himself in some space. Segbers. Turn the ball for the right back, but another good sliding tackle in there from Sullivan. This time, throw one there by Joe Amico. Joins from Sewell Park Rangers. First real regular run in a professional side. Well dealt with there by Jorginho James to play out for RGV. And now Perea away. Will play in Zaldivar. Thought about sending it across. He will send it in this time. Chipped in towards Carlos Small, who takes well. Tries to peel it across the face of goal. And a combination of Joel Nielsen and Hoyfeldt dealing with it.
Carlos Small doing really well there, nearly opening up that gap.
Now Kai Green with the cross in, and again Joel Nielsen stepping. James. Cabrera. Again Kai Green. This time we'll try and sit in with his left. It'll come all the way through. Jordan Jones wasn't expecting it, and now we'll have to keep it in play. It just about did so.
If Jordan Jones had have assumed that ball was coming, he could have had a real good chance on goal then. Isn't that what you do as a striker? You assume everybody else misses it?
Lovely turn there from Zaldivar to get away from Hashimoto in towards that penalty area. Zaldivar on the turn! Lovely! From Matias Zaldivar opening his hips and placing it in that bottom corner to give the visitors a shock lead.
Fantastic finish, absolutely brilliant. Bends it past Andre Rolls in goals. What a great strike there from Zaldivar, the 23-year-old. And we've been saying all along that RGV have been positive. He makes this goal himself. Look, beats the one man, comes inside, opens up the angle. Maybe some questionable defending there from Thomas Joel Nielsen. But take nothing away from the striker. Fantastic finish, bent past the goal, and RGV are 1-0 up.
And they did it at home earlier this season. It would certainly be a much more difficult task to do it away, but Rio Grande Valley lead against Orange County again. They've yet to win away from home. And now against the side who are joint top of the Western Conference, they lead again. And it's Zaldivar, who does very well to just open up his hips, place it in behind Rolls, but after Joel Nielsen had done very well in those last two crosses, you're right, could have done more to step and close off that space. It really opened up for the Argentinian.
Yeah, question marks against or about the defending, but certainly let's give credit to Zaldivar for running at the defense, for opening up the angle and the accuracy to bend it past Andre Rolls. And I'm just wondering, sometimes in football you get teams that you just don't get a result against, no matter where they are in the table. And could this be the team that Orange County just can't beat this season?
It's their bogey team.
Yeah.
It might be. As Hoyfeldt tries sending it along towards the danger man, Enna Voltson. Kyle Adams doing very well to put it out of play.
The other option, of course, is you've just woken up the beast. Orange County is suddenly thinking, hang on a second, we've got a game on our hands here. And suddenly they start flying at you from every angle. So let's see how OC respond.
Just wonder, playing in midweek on a good run of form, maybe just going to it, taking it a bit lightly. But a half hour gone, and now they're going to need to find the response. They flicked there from Segbers, but couldn't find Hashimoto as Adams came across. A couple of headers off orange shirts, and Jorginho James with a good ball away. Jordan Jones trying to hold up. And eventually, Joel Nielsen putting it out of play.
Wow, that must be a strange feeling for RGV.
Getting the opening goal and
taking
now leading against the top side. It wouldn't be a strange feeling against Orange County. They won by 2-0 at home. Apparently HEB Park is a fortress for them, particularly given the conditions, but away, 4 draws, 7 losses in this season so far.
Well, we were wondering about Coach Echeverry making 9 changes. He's probably sitting there going, well, there you go, we won up, we made the right decisions.
Seems to have worked a treat so far. As Small and Amico are coming together, and the referee just deciding that there's no foul there. There's certainly plenty of contact. Joel Nielsen. Seaton unable to do much with it. You see frustration there, the lack of runners after he won the header.
I think he's also annoyed that the team aren't, as you say, supporting him. There isn't the energy that you normally get from OC. And there certainly is that sense that they've already made the playoffs, so, you know, why give more than necessary? But you can get into bad habits doing that. So hopefully for OC fans, this is a wake-up call and they get back in this match and keep their edge to them before they get into the playoffs.
Good take there from Jones. Hashimoto coming across. And eventually a bit too much contact there between the 22s on the field. Jones and Hashimoto. And eventually it gives Orange County the free kick.
Yeah, he's not talking about it. He's in here. You need him?
Hashimoto returning into the team. Seen his place lost, particularly with the change in formation. 4-3-3 for some portion of the season, but with Seaton and Volson combining, to a flat 4-4-2. It's a nice touch there from Jordan Jones. Here's Jordan Jones for two. Save produced by Rolls. And eventually, Yul Nielsen just makes sure that it doesn't cross that line.
What a good
Rolls
effort
doing
there.
Just about enough.
Yeah, wasn't it a good save? But Jordan, fantastic run there at the defense, creates the opportunity. They look like a wonder side, RGV, at the moment, don't they? Jordan Jones running through. Andre Rolls just enough on it, thought it might sneak in the back of the net, but the goalkeeper with a fantastic save.
It's just that next element to his game needed there is the clinicality from Jordan Jones. Another MLS Super Draft pick to LAFC. That kind of opportunity, certainly one you could be putting away.
Yeah, well, you hope you don't look back at this at the end of a game and think if I'd have taken that, we might have got a result. Because it could be a tough second half here at OC once OC get going. And that would have been a lovely comfort goal for RGV to have had.
Fantastic ball between the lines there from Jorginho James. Will settle here for Saldivan, but Small just coming across him. And if he could have just left it there, carried his run. Patient build up here from Rio Grande Valley. We'll continue here through Adams and James, who's done very well on his touches in the center of the park, the Jamaican. On loan from Jamaican club Harborview. Nice meg of the defender there by David Cabrera, but it's better to be effective than nice, but really good step there from Sheldon Sullivan. Will carry on his way, goes down there under the challenge of Quinn. Referee waves play on. And Yul Nielsen forced to just boot it clear. It's awkward there for Connor Donovan, and now Kai Green with some work to do. Just also sends it up the pitch, but taken well there by Powder. And now Matt Spearman in some space. The local boy playing in Irvine, California. His native home. Segbers and Amico. Here's Bierman again. Played last year with St. Louis FC. Now Powder towards that byline. Will send the cross in, plenty of pace in it. And Kyle Adams getting it away, but only as far as Mark Segbers. Here's Mark Segbers. Will clip it across. The header comes in. And sprawling across there was Derek off the header from Matt Spearman.
Yeah, comfortable save for Tyler Derrick. The header didn't have much pace on it. But at least the ball was in the box causing problems. And here is Segbers. Just wondered if he could have got the shot in there, but he decides to go for the cross. I just thought there was an angle to push it out wide and have a dip himself. But he tries the cross instead. But the big difference for me is that the right side of OC has been shut down. We saw early on Joe Amico bombing down that right side. We spoke about it. And ever since then, RGV have locked it down. They haven't allowed them any chances down that one side.
Chance on for Seaton as he took a deflection and went straight into the path of Derek, who reacted very well. Michael Seaton, who you can see there, showing that attacking mentality, wanting to push on, wanting to carry on, and wanted to slide it across for Enne Volson, but had to get through a lot of orange in order to do so.
He fought well there, didn't he? Battled well, but not enough numbers up front for Orange County.
Here's Enne Volson, who's not had too many dangerous touches of the ball. Let's play in Amico. And the return ball is on for Quinn. He'll strike. Adams coming across. This ball is hit first time into the path of Quinn. We'll have to play it around Connor Donovan, but did so in a foul fashion.
Yeah, Donovan just waiting for his goalkeeper, Tyler Derrick, to come fetch the ball, and in the end, stopped anyone from getting to it and won himself the foul. But a little bit of moment of confusion there with his goalkeeper.
As it will be the goal scorer, Zaldivar, who will require some treatment.
So while we're watching the treatment, just tactically again, we're saying that Joe Miko, the first 20-odd minutes down that right-hand side, causing so many problems. And Sheldon Sullivan didn't have anyone to help him. But halfway through that half, he was getting help from the midfield. And ever since then, they've shut down all those attacks down the right side of Orange County, and they've become less effective. So Orange County must now figure out a different way of getting at the RGV goal.
And I believe that will be the last meaningful action of this one for Matias Zaldivar. As being prepared is Jesus Enriquez, the Mexican. So the goal scorer, and a well-taken one as well. But after he picks up his third of the season, grabbing at the back of his right leg, will probably be forced to come off.
11 in his 7 in
Oh, such a pity for him, having scored such a wonderful goal, that he has to leave the pitch at this stage. But job well done for the short time that he was on.
And this upcoming substitution will be brought to you by Shire. And it is Zaldivar who will make way for Jesus Enriquez, a dual national with the U.S. and Mexico. Joint top scorer for Rio Grande Valley with 4. Which just does show their struggle for goals at times this season.
Yeah.
Orange County have players with 16, 9, and 6.
Yeah. Doesn't sound very impressive, does it, at this stage of the season?
It does not.
Top scorer with 4. But therein lies their problem. 22 goals scored in 24 matches so far.
Now 23.
Yeah, now 23. Thank you. Thank you for the correction. But it's still less than 1 per game, and it's just not good enough if you want to win things.
Hashimoto with a lovely flick there, left for Segbers. Segbers going down under the weight of the challenge from Jorginho James, but the referee waves away the appeals, not interested, but a solid step there from Amico. They still fall for Hashimoto. And then Evoltson. It's more like it from Orange County. Powder with the left-footed cross in. The header away. Straight into the path of Noah Powder. County pressing on, trying to find that equalizer. Lovely dummy there, and the shot comes in from N.F. Olsen with a little bit more power. It might have gotten past Derrick, but the MLS veteran producing the save.
Yeah, what a lovely move this was. Segba knocks it in. Oh, this is the early one from Segba. Was it a penalty? No, it has to be more for me than just falling over. But here's the shot. Ball comes in. Great dummy there. And Evolson, that's a good chance, and he knows it. You can see from his body language. He wasn't impressed with himself there. Didn't get enough power on the ball.
And there is the confirmation of the change. Enriquez coming on. Zaldivar's night is over. He would be disappointed given he got the goal.
Well, all we can say is he had a perfect game so far.
And can say that it ended that way.
But yeah, always frustrating. For a goal scorer, and especially a goal as good as that, to leave the match and not be able to contribute any further is a huge frustration. Let's just hope it's not a serious injury.
Powder. Trying to play the 1-2 there with Bierman. Does at least come off of Cabrera and out for a throw. David Cabrera, one of 2 sons of Wilmer, the manager of Houston Dynamo on this RGV side. So his brother Wilmer, named after his father, in the week, and a regular member of this RGV side. This ball is sent long towards N.F. Olsen, but cut off there by Connor Donovan.
This would be a good time for Orange County to score if they could, just before half-time, get themselves back on level footing. They certainly are beginning to press, but have a look on this right side. As soon as Joe Amico gets it, 2 orange jerseys straight in to stop that progress. And it's been difficult for Orange County to find any other way in which they can attack RGV.
Nice challenge in there from Jordan Jones, and it's going to be slid in the path of Carlos Small, but he had drifted offside. It's a decent idea there from Enriquez, and good work there from Jones to win the ball in the center of the park. This didn't come off for RGV. The ball is sent long over into the path of Segbers and finds its target. They'll leave it for Seaton. Just takes a touch around the challenges. So Miko will now carry on his run. Segbers in a pocket of space. Hashimoto could have struck, but instead plays in Powder. Now Powder's left-footed cross gets all the way through. Will just be playing out the other side here by Perea. Just clear his lines. RGV will love to go into the interval. 1-0 up. As Quinn will play it long over the top of the path of Bierman, but the assistant's flag up. Couldn't quite sort out the timing of that run, but it was a decent idea from Aiden Quinn.
Certainly was a good idea, but well done RGV again in defense. You know, you have to give them credit for getting the offside, and they're going to look back with a lot of pride on this first half. Again, before the match, we're looking at it thinking, wow, it's going to be a big test against a fantastic Orange County side. They've come through this first half with flying colors, and they look fresh, they look confident, and they're going to be a very happy locker room at halftime, I would think, if you're RGV. Not the same for Orange County.
No doubt. Here's Enriquez, the left-footed cross. The overhead kick attempted by Jordan Jones. That would have been sensational. Falls for Cabrera. Jones again. Cabrera going down the edge of the area, and it will be a free kick. And David Cabrera going down with 3 minutes to be added on. It'll begin with a free kick in a very dangerous area for Rio Grande Valley.
Yeah, it is a dangerous area. Let's have a look at it again. As a defender, you've got to be careful not to give away free kicks on the edge there. So, ball comes across, just getting a bit of entangled feet there with Hashimoto. But what a good position. Can you imagine if they go 2-0 up just before the halftime break? That would be dreamland for RGV.
The referee establishes the wall, and as close to goal as this is, it still would be fairly tough to get it over the wall and down. So you do wonder how they approach this. Small, Adams, and Jorginho James will certainly hit shots with plenty of power on this season. Who will it be? It will be Small. Tries to go low and scores! Gets it past Andre Rawls. He bends it towards that far post. And Carlos Small, with his first goal for Rio Grande Valley, sends the visitors to a 2-0 lead before the break.
Good strike on the ground. It's the goalkeeper's side of the frame, so he's got to make that save. He's annoyed. Have a look at it again from this angle. Goalkeeper's got to make that save. It's gone right through his hands, but well done, RGV. Positive approach, and they are 2-0 up before halftime, and who would have thought that would be the scoreline at this stage?
And Andre Rawls, returning from suspension tonight, would have to be frustrated giving away that one. Rio Grande Valley won by 2-0 at home in the reverse fixture, and now lead by 2-0.
It's a funny game.
It is indeed. They've yet to win away. They've won 3 games all year. They now lead at the home of the team in second right now in the Western Conference. Now Segbers to try and peel one back before halftime. A low cross in, dealt with there by James. Miko trying to keep it in play, and did it just run out of play? Referee waves play on. That's to the advantage of Rio Grande Valley through Enriquez, and now Small. Rio Grande Valley are pressing on here through Jordan Jones.
What a fantastic half it has been for them. Having said that, I think Braden Cloutier is going to have a few stern words at halftime for Orange County. He doesn't want them to lose the edge going into the playoffs, doesn't want them to take it too easy, and certainly first half they haven't looked like the Orange County we know. So I think those players can expect some tough words said, and no doubt a better attitude when they come out for the second half.
Giving away their opportunity on here for Small, who will slide it into the path there of Enriquez, who will strike towards goal. And again, Rio Grande Valley threatening. Orange County will probably need that halftime team talk and probably a few adjustments as well. The 9 changes have worked out for Rio Grande Valley. The 5 have not worked out tonight for Orange County.
Nope, they certainly haven't. So
Elton Garcia whistles the end of this first half. Rio Grande Valley lead by 2-0 away from home. The goals in the first half coming from Zaldivar and Carlos Small. Well taken as well. Andre Rawls will be kicking himself for letting in that second, but it's still the visitors who lead by 2-0 against a team that have won 4 on the bounce and sits second in the West. Your halftime score, it's Orange County SC 0, Rio Grande Valley FC 2.
At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you.
Welcome in to the halftime show brought to you by Subaru Orange Coast. A shock result at the half. Rio Grande Valley 2, Orange County 0. From the Champion Soccer Stadium, it is Military Appreciation Night. And the home fans would not have appreciated what they've seen so far as some kids play here on the field at halftime. Chris Winningham, Gary Bailey for commentary of this one is to bring you our first half highlights and show you the goals and the chances. Here would be Matias Zaldivar given a bit too much space to operate, opening his hips and placing it past Andre Rawls.
absolutely brilliant individual goal. Look at that turn there, acceleration, runs at the defense, feints one way, opens up the gap and bends it past Andre Rawls into the corner. That's a fantastic finish.
It would be his third of the season, but that would be his last meaningful contribution as he'd eventually come off due to injury. Jesus Enriquez coming on. As you see the celebrations there, he would be Jordan Jones with an opportunity for a second.
Andre Rawls with a very, very good save. Could Jordan Jones have done better? Maybe so, but the keeper just getting a hand on that. And that was already a warning sign to OC that this is going to be a tough game.
A good chance here for Orange County. The cross in there from Segbers and Voltson heading towards the target.
Yeah, comfortable in the end there for the goalkeeper, Tyler Derrick.
Another opportunity on it. It's a dummy, and Enna Voltson, who's put so many of those away, unable to get the power on it.
Yeah. For some reason, he didn't quite read that. Normally, as you say, he would have smashed it into the back of the net.
And there would be the second. Carlos Small on the free kick.
Andre Rawls, hold your hands up. That's yours to save. Should have pushed that around, but give it to Carlos Small for getting power behind the ball, getting the accuracy, and getting the goal.
And you look at the first half stats, plenty of shots in this one. 15-13, possession favoring Orange County, but have not done too much with it. You mentioned they got some joy down that right-hand side early through Joe Miko, but it's been shut down.
It has been shut down, well shut down by RGV. Yeah, plenty of shots both sides, not too many on target. But certainly the ones that count have gone RGV's way, and that really is a surprise. Only question is, can Orange County turn it around in the second half?
And those fans will be looking for the response. But once again, your halftime score here in the Subaru Orange Coast halftime show. It's Orange County SC 0, Rio Grande Valley 2.
Looking for number 14. There it is. Cross comes in towards the back post, and Foster Langsdorff has his 11th goal this season. The corner of the 18. Cross comes in, and a goal for Foster Langsdorff. It's his second of the evening. Into the box, a strike, and a goal. Christian Valesky. Guess who? Again, Valesky with his second. Slides it across. Michael Seaton. Seaton in on goal. Michael Seaton, he's at the brace.
Ledesma right at the edge of the 18, takes a shot, and Manu Ledesma does it again!
Now Spees gives it a go, and Spees finds the back of the net. Game of one-upsmanship from the Indy 11 this season. Rebound comes out, though, and it's stuck right back in. And guess who? Solomon Asante. Chance now for St. Louis! Long overdue goal for Corey Herzog. Here's Carl Howarth, and the shot, and it is 1-0 Ottawa Fury FC.
Here's Atlas Aiden to strike. It hits the frame of the goal and goes in.
Laid off to the path of Barry, he's onside, and he fires it home. It'll be Gordon to strike with his right boot, hits it, and puts it in the back of the net.
To Velasquez, he'll take a crack through distance, and a goal! Chandler Hoffman redirects it for the goal.
Here's another opportunity, Dixon shot, and a score.
Back to Corbin Bone. Bone inside of the 18, buries it in the back of the net.
Still Belmar. Now into the area, Carlson Belmar. Losing his defender, Belmar. Surely, Blackwood gets the goal. Great save by Kendall McIntosh. Shot getting a piece of it. What a save. Great stop by Dykstra. Oh, what a save by Vaughn Williams. Cardoni with an impressive save. A brilliant save.
Best goals from around USL. They're from halftime report. It is the Subaru Orange Coast halftime report, and it's Orange County SC who trail at the half by 2-0. Rio Grande Valley getting the goals in that first half through Zal Divad and Carlos Small on the free kicks. So you take a look at some of the news and notes from around USL. Rochester Rhinos have been announced to return to USL, but this time as a D3 squad in 2020. USL eclipsing more than 2 million fans this weekend. Clubs averaging more than 5,000 fans per match. FC Cincinnati drawing in close to 20,000 almost every single game. And USL D3 with a league of at least 10 clubs announced for 2019. The fans, over 2 million fans watching USL football across this country this year.
Wonderful. Brilliant to see soccer growing the way it is, and the enthusiasm and the talent coming through, which is absolutely fantastic.
And our ESPN Games of the Week will feature Rio Grande Valley the next couple of weeks. They're playing host to San Antonio and will be away to Phoenix Rising. And on tonight's evidence, there might be some fun games.
Yeah, what do they have to worry? I mean, if they can lead the team that was joint top going into this match by 2-0, who can scare them?
And some of the games coming up here in the Western Conference in terms of that battle for the 8th and final playoff spot. San Antonio will play a pivotal role, as will Reno and St. Louis at the bottom there. Kind of that bunch in between 6 and 11. It's all to play for.
So exciting, and anything can happen. There's going to be heartbreak. There's going to be some wonderful moments as well. Look at these kids. Great to watch.
Having a fun time here on the pitch at the Champion Soccer Stadium. We're the host, trail by 2-0. They'll try and turn it around in the second half.
You're young, you're busy. We get that. You don't want to think about healthcare until you need it. But when you do need it, Hoag will make it easy by providing convenient, reliable care that's tailored to you. We're here when you need us, with same-day appointments at our Hoag Medical Group offices. Urgent care locations open 7 days a week. Hoag is here for you, and will continue to be here through every exciting twist and turn along your life's journey.
Goal from Orange County. Brilliant build-up play. And Orange County has struck again. Sedberg's a chance to put Orange County in front, and he does.
What makes my famous brisket, chicken marinade, and punch so good? A lemon lime secret ingredient I'm never going to tell. 7-Up. Who's hungry? Do more with 7-Up.
You think 7-Up's just a soda? Well, can just a soda make guac, carnitas, and margaritas for Taco Tuesday? Yes, it can. Trick question. Hey guys! Kevin, hi! Do more with 7-Up.
And we're back here at the Champions Soccer Stadium, just about ready for the start of this second half. We've received word from the ground that there will be a halftime change on here for Orange County SC. We'll just have that confirmed for you in a moment. We believe it'll be Koji Hashimoto who makes way, and certainly it will take a little bit of innovation here from Braden Cloutier at the halftime interval, perhaps a stern talking to, as well as it will take some goals from, or at least some more inspiration from that front two of Enna Voltson and Seaton. Here's a look at Michael Seaton and some of his goals in recent games. He was the USL Player of the Week this week. Enna Voltson playing in Seaton there, scoring against Las Vegas Lights, and at times making it look easy through the legs of the goalkeeper. And then playing the 1-2 in towards goal. Now on 9 goals this year. Can make it double digits if he finds one in the second half. But it will take some doing for Orange County to win this one. Now 2-0 down at the halftime interval, and we're just about set to get started. Chris Whittingham alongside the former Manchester United goalkeeper Gary Bailey for commentary this one. And Gary, what can Orange County do to find that response and play a little bit differently and find some ways through Rio Grande Valley, because there really haven't been that many windows?
There haven't been too many, but for me it's about energy. They looked too relaxed, and you can understand why. They're playing a team that we've mentioned a few times, RGV, have really struggled away from home. So psychologically, maybe they thought it was going to be easy, it would come naturally. Now they're 2-0 down, they know they've got a battle on their hands, and I want to see more energy from Orange County, more attack, more purpose. Show us why they are one of the best teams in the Western Conference.
So it's a double change at the half for Braden Cloutier, and that's about what you would have expected, given that they're 2-0 down to the third bottom side in the Western Conference. And so it'll be Darwin Jones and Richard Chaplow who will come on. Chaplow will probably slide in the center of the park in for Koji Hashimoto. I don't believe we've seen who else will make way. And those are 2 changes, and they're both brought to you by Shire. As Rio Grande Valley will get us started here in this second half. An incredible first half from them, considering their form, considering at times the way their results have gone. So Segbers will make way. Jones more of a center forward. You do see Enna Voltson drifting off of Seaton and perhaps even drifting into wide areas at times. But certainly 2 attacking-minded changes on as there is confirmation of Chaplow for Hashimoto. So 2 of Braden Cloutier's 3, a lot of changes used at the half. So not even allowing them the opportunity to maybe play 10 minutes, work through some of their issues. It's straight away, and that about the response you expected from Orange County?
Yeah, absolutely. You have to make changes, whether you make them at half-time, which is preferable, because you've got a chance in the locker room to explain your changes and make everybody, you know, fit into the new system with the changes, or you make them very soon in the second half. But you have to signal to the players that it's not good enough, that you want to approach a different approach, an increase in energy, and making substitutions is a very, very good way to get players' attention.
Ball straight out to this right-hand side, chasing it. There's Darwin Jones and getting on the other end of it. They'll run it, Kyle Adams towards that byline. The cross is delivered. It was dangerous right in front of Seton. Sprawling there was Kai Green. Just get enough on it. Now here's Powder in off that left-hand side, working around multiple defenders. A couple of challenges snapping in, and eventually the foul is given. It was advantage from the first challenge. Now free kick in a fairly dangerous area.
Yeah, it is. Positive approach already from the host team. Good ball in here, dangerous moment, and they're putting the pressure on, and this is the way we expected it to be. And now the big test is, can RGV defend? Given that they're 2-0 up, they've got a lot of reasons to want to defend that lead.
And it will be Aiden Quinn to whip this one in. Assessing his options. Might just the near post be one as well. I think it's a sensational strike, as it is whipped in with plenty of pace, and it was awkward as well. I believe it was Kai Green again. Just about did enough.
That's a fantastic ball in, causing all sorts of problems there. Only great defending, getting it away, but it's that sort of corridor of uncertainty where the goalkeeper's not sure if he should come, the defenders are backtracking. Really good free kick.
I think Kirsten Echeverry just wanted that ball played early there from Carlos Small. In the path of Jones. Well one there by Powder on this near side. Here's Jones. Darwin Jones. Grew up in the Seattle Sounders system. Most recently been playing in Sweden. Making the return stateside here to play in USL for Orange County. Yul Nielsen. Jones from a good ball. Now we'll play it here for Matt Spearman. I think Charjon has options either side. We'll play it infield with Ennett Voltz. Returns for Bierman, trying to find the pocket to shoot. Wall of orange there prevented that from happening. Amico.
Well, it's good pressure so far from Orange County, controlling the ball. Just looking at Chaplow here on the ball. He's come in to sort of give them a sense of urgency. He's in the middle. He's making sure the players pass the ball and move, and you can see a different Orange County already in terms of their intention.
Darwin Jones trying to find a teammate, and it ended up in the path of Seton after an error there at the back by Rio Grande Valley. Now Chaplow will send the left-footed cross in. Looked a dangerous one, but took a nick off an orange shirt on the way through, and Derek doing very well to rise and catch that one.
Yeah, it's a good save from the keeper. It's coming over a lot of bodies. The danger is there. You can get your hands to it, but then you end up dropping the ball. And he held on there. He's going to be crucial the next 40 minutes or so, the goalkeeper. He's an experienced player, one of the most experienced in the RGV team. And as the pressure builds from Orange County, as we expect the pressure to build, he's going to be a very important player.
But it's pressure that yields there for Rio Grande Valley. The ball into the path of Carlos Small. And this time Andre Rawls, after letting in the free kick, equal to that strike there from Small. But it's still on here for RGV, and Enriquez peeled back through Jones, and the shot comes in. It was nearly 3, but the save produced there off the shot from Nico Pereira.
2 fantastic saves there from Andre Rawls. Both of them were dangerous. The second one from Nico Pereira, probably the most difficult of the 2, but absolutely crucial. And maybe he's made up for that mistake from the free kick just before halftime.
Certainly needed those saves, or else it might have been game over. Jones into the path of Amico, will loft the cross in. Bierman with the header, And the save produced by Derek. It might still fall. Appeals for a penalty. Referee instead giving the corner.
Fantastic header we've just seen in the space of a minute. 3 great opportunities, 2 for RGV and now 1 for Orange County. And on all occasions, the goalkeepers have come up with good saves. Well done there to Tyler Derrick.
And it was Seaton who was asking for that penalty. You see him there flailing around. Here's the opportunity, the header in from Bierman. And a couple of challenges sliding in there. Now Quinn will send in the big one's corner. Dealt with there by Green again. He's done very well on set pieces in the last few. And now the counter is on. Jordan Jones flying forward. Might he just get this ball played into the path? It is indeed for Jordan Jones, who stayed onside there, into the penalty area. Will loft it in towards the back post, and Small! Ruffle that side netting, but it's just going wide.
Just went wide. I thought he had scored that. What a good ball to the back post. And what a great chance for RGV to have gone even further ahead. But this has been the most amazing couple of minutes here. Look at this ball here. Absolutely brilliant. Got a hit target, wasn't it just? But we've had chances at both ends, all in the space of the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Gary, I know you like to log the chances. You're falling behind. You're 2 and 3 chances behind.
That was amazing. If this keeps going, we're going to have one hell of a second half.
Orange County throwing numbers forward, and that wasn't the right touch there for Mats Bierman, but as they throw numbers, you've seen now in the second half that Rio Grande Valley have had their chances to hit on the counter. They've created some really good opportunities.
Which leads me to the question, will they regret missing them? Because of the last, let me rephrase it, there's been 4 good chances, 3 of them to RGV. So if you miss those and suddenly Orange County get back in the game, will there be regrets?
Enrique is trying to chip the ball over the top towards Jones, who's been a bright spot going forward, trying to take the touch in towards that penalty area. Instead, the cross came in, or the challenge came in across from Noah Powder and away for a corner.
Well, if Coach Echeverry was wondering if his RGV team were up to the pressure coming from Orange County, I think he's got his answer already. They've been fantastic. Counter-attacking, taking opportunities, threatening Orange County defense, and forcing Andre Rolls into a couple of excellent saves.
Now the corner for RGV. Sent in by Enriquez. The header from an orange shirt, but to no one in particular. Away by Noah Powder. Good header, one at the back there by the man in orange, and now they'll have to race back to get back into shape. Here's Darwin Jones. Trying to catch Rio Grande Valley a bit out, but they recover very well. Enna Voltson into the path of Bierman. Quinn found himself in some space, but Bierman didn't see him. Towards Seaton. It might still fall for Enna Voltson. You don't want it falling to that man, but just enough desperate challenges flying in. I believe it was Connor Donovan who got the decisive tackle in, and it just rolled harmlessly to Derek.
Good defending there from RGV. Let's have a look at it again. The ball sort of squirts loose to Thomas Enna Voltson. He tries to get it on target, but blocked by the defenders of RGV. And we are seeing a fantastic, lively second half. Orange County have stepped it up, and RGV have matched them.
As James tried to slide into the path of Small. Hoyfelt. I did speak with Braden Cloutier this week about his team's run of goal scoring, but he was very quick to point out as his teams have scored double digits in their last 8. And he's still not satisfied. They're giving away too many goals. We've seen that tonight as the cross comes in from Amico. And that was poorly dealt with there by Yul Nielsen, and now 2v1 for Small. If he can pick out Jordan Jones, but not enough pace on it, and allows Powder to recover. Rushing here is Enriquez. Play in Jordan Jones, appeals for offside, and they are given as the flag went up. Carlos Small there, being a bit wasteful with that chance.
I just wonder if Coach Echeverry said to them, don't try and defend your lead. The best way to win this is to keep on attacking. Because they've been wonderful going forward the last 10 minutes, RGV. And they could have added to that scoreline very easily. So if that is the coach's intention, it's a very positive approach and one to be applauded.
Quinn. Powder. And Matt Spearman down this left-hand side. Thought about rolling into the path of Powder. Wanted to cut it across. David Cabrera. I believe David Cabrera will make way here. Forthcoming change for Rio Grande Valley. And Evolson. The path here of Powder. Will send the low cross in. And then Evolson trying to race onto it. Now Chaplow does. It's such heavy. Green whacking it off him. Setting up the pitch, and now Hoyfeld having to take it, and that was a high boot there from Hoyfeld, and he might see yellow. He will indeed, from our matchday referee Elton Garcia. A first yellow of this one, and it's for a high boot against Josh Hoyfeld.
Yeah, always dangerous if you raise your boot too high. Let's have a look at it again. And well, it's not as dangerous as it looks, perhaps, but nonetheless, referee deems it a yellow. And by the way, you mentioned David Cabrera. He was struggling with a hamstring there a minute ago. So there we go. I think it's probably him gone down. So if he was going to be subbed, he certainly is now.
Given the shift that Kirsten Echeverria has seen from his team, he might be a bit frustrated to see that a few of his players have come off with knocks. I believe it will be Cabrera who will come off here. Actually, that's not Cabrera. That's Carlos Small with jersey over face. Just wonder if it might change who comes off as Small looks frustrated.
There is Cabrera in the near ground, and he has come off, but I wonder what's up with Carlos Small. Was that the boot in the chest that knocked the wind out of him, perhaps?
That change is brought to you by Shire. As Wharton, the usual captain and anchor of that central midfield, will come on. Small receives his treatment. Should be fit to carry on. He's been an inspiration in terms of creating chances, but has been a touch wasteful in the second half. Scored on that free kick. First half stoppage time.
He landed on his shoulder. He's holding on to it. Let's see if he's fit to come back on for the rest of this match.
Chaplow coming across and putting it out of play.
Chaplow just adding a little bit of steel in the middle. He's a bit more aggressive. He's trying to get the rest of his team fired up to get themselves back in this match.
Another former Southampton player, 14 Premier League appearances. Long time in the English lower leagues. Preston North End, Burnley, West Bromwich Albion, Millwall, Doncaster Rovers, Ipswich Town.
Wow. He's been around.
He has indeed. Now in the middle of the park for Orange County. And it's opportunity on here for Perea in the path of Enriquez. If we could just find the right ball. Carlos Small still not on the pitch. He would have been making one of those runs. And eventually away by Amico. And now allowed to carry on. See him there rolling his left hand into a fist and releasing some of the pain he's feeling.
Well, good on him to come back and keep fighting for his team, because it's been a fantastic performance by RGV, coming up to the 2/3 mark here. And I mean, 2-0, I didn't know I'd be saying this in this match, but 2-0 actually flatters OC, because it could have been 3 or 4 for RGV. That's how good this team have been. So why have they struggled in so many other matches?
As this match is brought to you by Red Shell Foods. Be sure to stop by your local supermarket and pick up some Red Shell miso dressing, sesame soy dressing, and teriyaki sauce today. Opportunity on here for Rio Grande Valley. And Sullivan. On his left-hand side, a couple of step overs. Still back on the edge of the air for Perea. Enriquez on the far side. Given away there by the visitors as the foul comes in away from the play. for a free kick.
Look at this pressure from RGV. Their players are sort of pressurizing the Orange County defense, winning the balls in the midfield. If I didn't know better, I would actually say that it's RGV who are sitting joint top and it's OC who are struggling. That's how good RGV have been tonight.
It's a funny old game.
As they say.
And Orange County did lose in Edinburgh to Rio Grande Valley, but this is a Rio Grande Valley side that have not won away from home all season. They don't just lead, they've dominated at times. As the cross is sent in there by Amico, cut out there by Adams. Now for a corner.
Well, maybe Coach Echeverry has found his team for next season, because if they can keep producing this sort of form, they can certainly get to the top 8 next season.
Braden Cloutier thought he had pretty well settled on his team, and now some questions. As this corner is brought to you by the big ones, as Quinn will send in the corner, and again, Yul Nielsen flicking on that near post. I'd say the one area of Rio Grande Valley's performance tonight that so far has not been made to pay for it, but set-piece defending hasn't been great, as in Volson's cross dealt with there by the men in orange. And now opportunity on here for RGV and Jordan Jones. He'll spray into the path of Carlos Small, has Wharton available, rolls off his line, Small around him, and instead of just taking an extra touch, sails it wide.
What a chance for Carlos Small. He knows it, he's shaking his head. Keeper's come out and sold himself there, Andre Rolls. And it was a simple task to put it in the back of the net. And as you say, if he just composed himself, he beats the keeper to it, and then he takes that shot so quickly. If it had come off, we would have said it was fantastic. But maybe he should have just slowed it down. But once again, RGV creating wonderful opportunities.
Normally a center forward who's got a goal would feel like he had a great night, but he's had a few go begging. You can certainly give him credit for doing the work, as Chaplow gives away into the path of Wharton. Here's Wharton on his way. Chaplow trying to slide in to win it back, but still Wharton loses out to Amico. Here's Darwin Jones. Seaton. Nice little flick there as Adams plays into the path of Kai Green. Fortunate that his right back was there. Header comes in from Yul Nielsen. And Enriquez doing well to win. Orange County regaining possession. An opportunity on here for Orange County and Seaton, who just tries to maintain possession. It's a lovely turn away from the defender. Seaton going down, and again frustrated with the assistant for not earning the foul. He wanted a penalty earlier in the second half. Frustrations mount for the Jamaican.
Yep, certainly you've got to give credit to RGV at the back. They've had Michael Seaton and Thomas Enevoldsen, two of the best strikers in the USL. They've had them in their pocket all evening, haven't given them a sniff. And there I was building Michael Seaton up beforehand, saying he's such a great player, and he is. But I thought RGV were battled to deal with him, and they haven't had a problem so far. But the one thing about Thomas Enevoldsen, he has scored a number of last-minute winning goals, including against Portland 2 during the midweek.
Jorginho James. It's a lovely ball into the path here of Carlos Small. You can find the right cross. It's low into the path of Jordan Jones, but dealt with there by Hoyfelt. Again, Jorginho James, who hasn't had too many touches of the ball, but it seems like every time he does, drives the team forward very well. Here's Jones. Second half has been fairly end-to-end. Chaplow. Quinn slides in for Hoyfeld. You see those numbers coming forward. He'll take the opportunity to strike. Decent power on it, but Derek always had it covered.
I think Hoyfeld says, you know what, guys, if you can't score up front, let me just come and show you how to do it. Look at the big centre half there. I mean, you know, it's unlikely he's going to score from that distance, but he strikes it well enough. Doesn't give Tyler Derrick too many problems. But I think he's just showing his frustration that the strikers can't find a way past this RGV defense.
Wonder as well if he sort of sees an opportunity to go forward. It's kind of that extra number, that extra option. Ball's high into the air. Chaplow nodding down, but straight in the path of Perea, and now Enriquez. Trying to work around multiple defenders, but losing out to Jones. Jones around James, but James eventually coming across and winning it very well.
It seems as if RGV have weathered the Orange County storm that we expected. Didn't last too long, the storm. It was a couple of minutes, and then RGV seemed to be back in control and creating chances. And now somehow Orange County have got to find a way to get through. Different tactics, maybe another substitution. They've got to do something that tries to break this very confident-looking RGV defense down.
And Wharton again with a good ball between the lines in the path of Jones. Here's Jones, he tries to strike. Cut out there by Joel Nielsen. We're receiving word that the final change for Gerson Echeverry will be Aldo Quintanilla coming on for Carlos Small. Just dealing with that injury. Also had a few chances go begging, and now that is the last throw of the dice here for Gerson Echeverry. 23 minutes to play plus stoppage time. He without subs.
1, 2, 3,
some of these due to injury, but so something of a risk. Actually will not be Quintanilla, it will be Omar Ontiveros. That final change is brought to you by Shire for Rio Grande Valley. So it is the center back Ontiveros, so defender for attacker. It's just about signals where Gerson Echeverry's head is at right now.
It's probably good news for Orange County because Carlos Small was still causing problems there right up until he was taken off. What a chance he had when he beat Andre Rawls to the ball. Well taken by the big keeper, Tyler Derrick, but it was the other keeper, Andre Rawls, who was beaten for pace by Carlos Small a few minutes ago, and really that should have been the third, and it should have wrapped up this game. So I think Orange County would be happy to see Carlos Small go off. I think maybe that shoulder injury was giving him some problems still.
Sure. Either way, it would probably look more like a back three. Taveros coming in, another center back. You see 10 behind the ball for Rio Grande Valley. Just trying to see out the remainder of this one. It does give Orange County some spaces. Plenty of the ball. Here's Giovanni Ramos-Godoy, who comes on for Orange County as well. 21st substitute appearance of the season. That's kind of his role. I'll just confirm for you in a moment. He comes off. But a little more than 20 minutes for Orange County to go and make the changes.
I just wonder with this change and taking Carlos Small off, as you say, RGV signaling their intent to defend and try and counter-attack, whether you just bring on this Orange County side and you take away the threat that you've had of the really good quick counter-attack. Because they've looked so dangerous, RGV, in the second half. I mean, they could have had 3 or 4, maybe should have had.
And Jones will certainly do plenty of that work, but it was really the combination of him and Small allowed them to be so lethal at times when the counterattack in the second half is giving away. There is Jones. A couple of nice touches there from RGV, including from Sheldon Sullivan. As it's Mats Bierman who made way for Giovanni Ramos-Godoy, so got the final change from Braden Cloutier, and now we are done with changes. All presented by Shire. See out these last 20 minutes that way. Chaplow cutting out and trying to play in Jones, and a foul in the judgment of Elton Garcia against Kyle Adams.
Well, Orange County fans will be hoping that they can get a breakthrough soon and give their fans a really exciting grandstand last 20 minutes or so. But they need to get through what has been a fantastic defense so far.
And Volson trying to slide in Quinn, had a couple of chances there, but not the right ball. Dealt with there by RGV, and some passes that typically Dane Thomas and Volson exceeds so well at. Amico Chaplow with a first-time cross into the path of Seton. His touch wasn't a clean one, and either way, he had drifted offside.
Yeah, that's how they've been, RGV, keeping a decent line. They've caught Seton offside a few times. But he'll be worried that he didn't make good contact because he didn't know and couldn't assume he's offside. Good ball in from Chaplow. Expect him to at least have made the goalkeeper work. That sort of has summed up Orange County up front this evening. It just hasn't been happening for them. I bet there's lots of Orange County fans going, well, where's the real Orange County? And lots of RGV fans going, where have you been all season? Why are you only playing like this now?
Wouldn't mind seeing them next time out at home, which for RGV is against San Antonio. Battle between two teams in Texas. As Quinn will play it long into the path of Jones. It was a lovely ball, but just offside in the judgment of the assistant.
Oh, some ball that was. Wow, rifled it right to his feet. And he can see down the line, so he really shouldn't allow himself to get into an offside position.
We're just wondering where Braden Cloutier thinks that this match has been won and lost. Started with a 4-4-2. 3 of the 4 midfielders have been taken off. So he just thinks he's lost this one in the center of the park. Do you agree with him?
I'm not quite sure where he's lost it. I think maybe it's just the fact they thought this was going to be an easy game, as to be fair, so did we. And they got caught coming out the blocks a little bit slowly, and they just haven't been able to get back into it, which is credit to RGV. But the game is not over. When you've got Thomas Volson and Michael Seton, this game is not over yet.
And a few creative players behind him. Giovanni Ramos-Godoy, 4 goals, 3 assists coming off the bench. Certainly try and provide some influences. It's away there by Sullivan, but only as far as Chaplow. And Orange County take advantage of RGV side that right now looks to be inviting pressure. Certainly snap into defensive action very quickly as well. Quinn, Powder first time, not the right ball. Eventually dealt with there by RGV. Jones trying to slide, but thought he played it off Chaplow, but will be a throw in for, and in black and orange. Quinn finding Powder in some space. Eventually finding it at Volson, who drifts back to receive. They're playing Joe Amico. Amico now charging on his left-footed attempt on what he was hoping for.
Nope, once again, blasted over the crossbar. Once again, I'll give him the sermon. I'd rather see him hit it low and hard and make the goalkeeper do something. Leaning back too much when he strikes this. And that's, as a goalkeeper, I'm more than happy to see those go over the crossbar. But as a coach, I want the goalkeeper to have to do something. So it just really hasn't been quality enough from Orange County this evening. And a real surprise from a team that normally gives us such fantastic work going forward. 2 classy strikers. I guess you can't always have a good day.
Powder. Now Chaplow. Jones with Amico available. Tried to slide him in, and just a bit of a miscommunication on the timing of that run. Again, Orange County visibly frustrated.
Yeah, it is, especially when you've got 5 or 6 players who've worked hard to get into the box. They've run in there, they're waiting for the cross, and then it gets all messed up out wide. So, yeah, frustrating game all round for Orange County. But I just want to focus more on RGV. I mean, I'm still trying to piece this all together. What a wonderful game it's been. Chances they've created, fantastic defending from a team with 9 changes.
We've won 3 games all year and none away from home.
Yeah. Braden Cloutier is thinking.
It all adds up.
Yeah, that's what Braden Cloutier is thinking. What is going on? And we're at home, Orange County.
3 wins all season, 22 goals in 24 matches, 9 changes after playing midweek, up 2-0 away from home against the side second in the Western Conference.
And should be up 3 or 4 to be fair.
Agreed. The ball is a decent one into the path there of Ramos-Godoy from Quinn, but well dealt with there by Green. Jones just trying to persist and win. Might have persisted a bit too strongly. Gave away a free kick. Meanwhile, for Orange County, they have not lost in their last 8. It's been since their July 7th match against LA Galaxy 2. They lost at home by 3-0. Those are a pair of sides towards the bottom of the Western Conference. Losing at home, they're also linked with MLS clubs as well. So young sides at home just kind of been their bogey so far this season. It's clipped in. And Miko, but easily dealt with. And now Chaplow towards that byline. Will send in the cross towards Seaton, and Derek.
Well taken.
Very well.
Again, the goalkeeper just calming everything down. Just to pick up on your point, if it's young sides at home you struggle with, is it because you assume you're going to beat them? Here we have a look at the goalkeeper coming in, takes it really well. Maybe that's what it is, it's complacency. You look at a bunch of young kids, you go, well, obviously we'll win. You forget to factor in that these are very talented young players who are out to prove themselves and build their careers.
And they've done well against some playoff sides in this recent stretch. Beating San Antonio, who are just off the playoffs. Beat Shore Park Rangers 4-0 away from home. And at home by 2-1. Beat Phoenix away by 4-3. Portland Timbers 2 by 3-2 away. They've been cleaning up on the soft portion of their schedule. It's been some impressive victories. Just not an impressive performance tonight. But still, with some time to change it. Cross in from Amico, but easily dealt with there by Adams. Now, Chaplow trying to poke on towards Ramos Godoy. Still fall here for Anna Voltson. Now, Noah Powder with a pocket of space. He'll strike towards goal, and it's awkward there. I believe it was off of Connor Donovan, who feels the brunt end of that one. We're playing on. Donovan can barely stand up. Anna Voltson, and again Powder in some space. This time leaves it for Quinn. Returns for the left back, Noah Powder. Patient build up here as Quinn will send the cross in towards Seaton, but cut out there by Ontiveros. Now slid into the path of Chaplow, who again lofts the cross. He finds no one. A diving header, leaving everything out there, is Jordan Jones.
Commitment from RGV in this defensive phase. As you say, throwing their body at everything, working really hard to keep this clean sheet.
Yul Nielsen. He too finding himself in some space. Both center backs going forward. Now on this right-hand side, Darwin Jones, or rather Amico, trying to work around Sullivan. Sullivan doing just about enough to get a touch on it. Now Jones leaving it for Chaplow. Again, the cross sent in, and his service has just been a bit off so far.
It has. Michael Seaton at the far post. A good cross there, and almost certainly a goal. So Chaplow, a couple of efforts, although it seems that free kick's been given. Is it, or is it a goal kick? Yeah. Either way, opportunities for Orange County, but they just haven't had the quality to finish them off.
I believe the referee just giving Derek a warning there for time wasting. Goal kick 1-0 by Noah Powder. Now Giovanni Ramos Godoy. Pressing on, but not found that final ball just yet. Jones trying to send it low across. Quinn able to at least send it towards that area, and Ramos Godoy. Powder. Seaton drifting out to this left-hand side. Will strike towards goal! And Derek producing a fantastic diving save and managing to catch as well. That looked like a heat-seeking missile headed towards that top corner.
It's a great strike there from Seaton, and a good save from the keeper. One step, it's not just that he gets there, it's that he holds onto it, lands with it. A little bit of a photo opportunity for the keeper. Just to pose for a second.
Keepers do that, Gary.
It's an excellent save. Once again, they just can't break through Orange County.
Seaton again. Trying to flick there for Ramos Godoy, but well dealt with there by Jorginho James, who sends a good ball over the top towards Jordan Jones. Coming together with Yul Nielsen, just right in the challenge. But very smartly dealt with there by the Dane, but it falls to Enriquez. First meaningful spell of possession for RGV in the attacking half for about 10 minutes. fine defending, and they've done fairly well. Is there an opportunity to get another chance? Jones and acres of space on this near side, waiting for Orange Shirts to make those runs. It was only Perea who was doing so, and he couldn't quite pick out the ball.
He couldn't. He knew what he wanted to do was get that cross in on Perea's head, and it just was a little bit too long for him. But as you said, a lot of space out wide on the right before that ball was crossed, which is a concern for Orange County. They need to be tighter. Maybe they're tiring as well. But just wondering, where's this goal going to come through? RGV defending so well.
Seen into the path of Jones. Derek off his line and won it as well.
Goalkeeper's having a blinder. And he is a very, very good goalkeeper. High level with Houston Dynamo, as you were saying.
Correct.
Certainly looks the part. He's come for some crosses in real style and plucked them out the air.
Was reinstated July 5th. Jones. James. Now Perea finding himself in some space. Just to maintain the ball. Circulate through Sullivan. Send it towards Enriquez, but gives it away. Now you can see, since Small came off, RGV just looked a little bit short of an option up top.
They do, but they've been able to defend better. So that was a decision made by Coach Echeverri, and it seems to be working. And with less than 8 minutes left, you're beginning to wonder whether OC will even get a goal. And what a shock result this will be.
Chaplow. Will be a second win in the season series for RGV as well. Would not have expected, given the way their two seasons have shaped up. As a free kick is won here by Orange County. Quinn taking that challenge. Brendan Cloutier intently watching on. Very frustrated, as if you do any lip reading, you can tell.
Yes, he's not a happy camper. And I think he realizes that time is running out now. And must be pondering the question that you posed a bit earlier. Why are they dropping points against younger teams, teams with players who are still learning their trade, perhaps? And I can only assume it's just complacency. It's just the assumption that it's going to be an easy day, when it turns out to be a very difficult day, in fact.
And Quinn will strike towards goal this time, but given the form that he's on tonight, will take a bit more than that to beat Tyler Derrick.
He's looked absolutely solid, the keeper. Hasn't put a foot wrong the entire game. Which unfortunately you can't say for Andre Rolls. That second goal, the mistake just before half-time with the free kick that went under his arm. Oh, dangerous back
it's
pass.
Nearly given away, and Rolls forced to send it as far forward as possible, as Enriquez was threatening. It was Powder there who put his keeper in a spot of bother.
Certainly did, taking a risk at the back. But just saying, Andre Rolls' error just before half-time from the free kick, going from 1-0 to 2-0, really shifted things in favor of RGV. And although the keeper's made a couple of good saves to possibly make up for it, that was, for me, an important moment in the game.
As Powder just puts it out of play. Still a throw here for Rio Grande Valley. Based in the south of Texas. Certainly will enjoy the reprieve from a weather standpoint. Very often starting matches with temperatures in the hundreds. Lovely 72 degrees tonight in Irvine. It's almost like they set the thermostat. Ramos Godoy and Seaton trying to work around multiple Orange Shirts towards that byline. It took a deflection off its cross. And it will be a corner.
Great defending again from RGV. They certainly haven't conceded many goals. We said beforehand their defense has been absolutely fantastic. We just didn't expect them to score, because that seems to be a rarity for them. They haven't had too many problems creating chances tonight.
So this corner is brought to you by the big ones. It will be Aiden Quinn who will have the opportunity to deliver. Seen success on the near post. This one towards that far post. In there was Hoyfeld, and his header off target.
Well, bodies falling all over the place, but without VAR, you're not going to figure out who pushed who. So the referee just says, play on, leave it. Once VAR comes along, then it's a different story. Then you can figure out who did what. But here we go, 4 minutes left and counting.
It's well done there by Jordan Jones. Who wins the free kick in the air off of Yul Nielsen.
Let's have a look at the replay and just see exactly what happened there. They both went up for it. I think the arm of the defender was wrapped all over him. So in the end, that's what the free kick was given for. But it seems that the steam has gone out the game now, as if OC just think, well, it's not our day. We can't beat this team. We couldn't beat them at their ground. We can't beat them at our ground. Can't even score against them. So let's just get the match over with and move on.
And the good news is you probably won't see them in the playoffs either, as it's given away straight in the path of James. Would have elected to strike towards goal. Instead, they'll keep it and earn another free kick. We'll see off a bit more of this one.
Yeah, Chaplow came on and tried his best to galvanize the team, but I guess we've got to give RGV credit. They just didn't let OC back into this match.
And not getting the best of luck from results around USL. Real Monarchs flying tonight against LA Galaxy 2, lead by 4 goals to 0. And will now go alone at the top of the Western Conference. Unless Orange County can summon 3 goals, space of 2 minutes plus stoppage time, which would take some doing. Quinn trying to leave it for Enna Voltson. Lovely interchange between those two. Still my fault for Enna Voltson. The challenge comes in the edge of there. Here's Ramos Godoy. Oh, wasn't far away.
Certainly wasn't. You could tell because Tyler Derrick just watched that go past.
The referee giving the advantage on the challenge that came in on Enna Voltson.
Yeah, it was a dangerous challenge, a little bit late. Gave the advantage, wasn't of any benefit to OC, so he's called it back. And now this seems to be a replica of the one just before the half-time when Carlos Small stuck it into the net through Andre Rawls' hands. Let's see what Thomas Enevolson can do. Top goal scorer in the USL. He's got to point that fact out, so Tyler Derrick, don't take anything for granted here.
It's in a perfect position. The free kick from RGV that led to their goal was a bit too close. This one right on the edge of the D, that penalty area. Quinn and Enna Voltson will fancy it. Who will it be? Well, it does look shaded a little bit. Might depend on the camera angle, but it's a little bit shaded towards the far post, and now a yellow for time wasting.
No, I think it's for applauding the referee for trying to separate them.
I believe it's Wharton who took it, the substitute. Confirmation on that in a second.
Cannot applaud the referee. Not acceptable behavior, ungentlemanly conduct. But all this is because the 2 Orange County players are trying to get in the sort of direction of the goalkeeper to block his view. They're trying to push him out the way.
Quinn looks more like taking, he does, and it's Tyler Derrick again, who's had an incredible performance and summons another save.
Goalkeeper's been brilliant. Man of the match performance there. Save after save from Tyler Derrick. Have a look at it again. Gets across, good stretch, and pushes it away from danger.
He earns the goal kick in the process. We'll have 4 minutes to be added on. Orange County will drop to second, and we'll now have to look back a little bit with Phoenix now only 2 points off them with a game in hand, and Sacramento Republic 4 points off in the live table. Sacramento in action right now, leading by a goal to 0 away from home in Reno, as we are into added time that's brought to you by Synchronicity. Given away there on the edge of the area there by Orange County. And now Rio Grande Valley really start to feel like just 3 points on as Enriquez is charging through. Has 4 black shirts in front of him, but will still feel some confidence. Sees Wharton available. Here's Todd Wharton to seal it.
He didn't catch it, did he, Todd Wharton? Perhaps he could have just taken a touch first. Some tired legs there, Orange County pushing themselves forward for last effort to try and get something from this match.
Seaton just tries to flick that header on, but Tyler Derrick will just take a couple of touches and finally pick up the ball. Just looking back, what did RGV do to win this match? How did they turn on the Jets in the first half and show some real attacking impetus when at times they haven't really shown it all season?
Yeah, well, maybe the 9 changes made the difference. They were positive. They ran at OC when instead of just trying to defend, they were attacking them. Fantastic Zaldivar goal to get them up and running. And then Carlos Small's second just before halftime for me was crucial, because that really gave RGV the confidence to believe they were going to win this match. And then second half, rather than sit back, they actually attacked OC and should have gone further ahead. So it's just been the perfect game. Well done to the coach, Jerson Echeverry. Well done to the players, and particularly Tyler Derrick in goal for me, man of the match for RGV.
From an attacking sense, even though he hasn't scored, I'd say Jordan Jones has done sensational work for Rio Grande Valley, and another terrific tackle into the path of Enriquez in towards that penalty area. Enriquez! Side netting.
Yeah, you mentioned Jordan Jones. I agree with you. Fantastic effort. And even there at the last moment, they're 2-0 up. In the last moments, he's hurt himself trying to win that ball back. The commitment from RGV.
I don't know if it's hurt so much as exhausted himself.
But defensively, they've thrown their bodies at it. They've worked hard. They've been positive. And if you're an RGV fan who's seen them struggle this season, you must be pinching yourself saying, is this the same team? And please don't change, guys. Keep it like this on a permanent basis.
Jordan Jones will just keep it over here by the corner flag and just put it out of play. Looking very much like the kick of a man who is absolutely knackered.
Good English expression.
Chaplow. Out wide for Ramos Godoy, and just about embodies Orange County this evening. It's not too much going forward, not the right ideas. Rio Grande Valley are going to do it. Quinn. And they at least find a consolation goal. Rio Grande Valley don't even look like giving them the chance.
Nope, they're still hungry, RGV. They're still closing them down, committed to the tackle. What a performance. They should get a standing applause from everybody at the ground, RGV, after today, because they really have given us all a huge surprise.
Back for Powder. We've had our 4 minutes. That should just about do it. It was obviously a yellow against Todd Wharton for perhaps a bit of time wasting before that free kick. I think that's why the referee has not whistled full time yet. Falls for Amico. Multiple appeals coming from the bench for full time.
Is that from the OC bench?
Yeah. And that will just about do it. Rio Grande Valley pick up their first road victory of the season, and they are wearing it. They put in some shift tonight. First half goals from Matias Zaldivar and Carlos Small. A terrific effort in goal from Tyler Derrick. And Rio Grande Valley have their first set of away points, 3 points on the season, winning for the first time away, just their 4th victory of the season. They beat Orange County SC by 2-0. We'll come back to wrap things up with our man of the match and highlights in just a moment. Actually, we'll go ahead and do that now for Orange County. Not too many players speak up from an attacking sense, but Andre Rawls, despite giving up a fairly easy goal, did make a couple of nice saves tonight.
He certainly did, and crucial saves as well. A number of them. There was a fantastic save. He made one moments before that as well. And had to make up for some bad back passes from his defense. He was busy throughout, Andre Rawls. One question mark about the second goal, of course, but other than that, a very good game for Andre Rawls.
And tonight's man of the match is presented by the big ones. Once again, your full-time score, Orange County SC 0, Rio Grande Valley 2. We'll wrap things up coming up next.
At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you.
And welcome back to live coverage of a major upset, you have to say, over the course of this USL regular season. Orange County SC losing by 2-0 at home to Rio Grande Valley. Rio Grande Valley with their first away victory of the season. Orange County losing for the first time in 9 matches. They won 6 and drew 2 of their previous 8. But here are the full-time highlights. Gary Baylor there, presented by Destination Irvine, as the scoring will begin through Matias Zaldivar of RGV.
Fantastic. Look at Mateus there. Beats the first man, runs at the defender, draws in one side, opens up a bit of a gap, and bends it past Andre Rawls in goal. What a fantastic first goal to put RGV in the lead.
Putting his hips and placing it in that bottom corner for the 3rd goal of his season. Here will be the 2nd.
Yep, free kick. Carlos Small there. He knew where he wanted to put it. He put it right by the goalkeeper's left arm. The goalkeeper not quite able to keep it out. Andre Rawls not happy with himself, and so 2-0 it is.
A few chances in the second half. Aiden Quinn sitting in a dangerous set piece dealt with by Kai Green.
Great defense, great commitment from RGV defenders, blocking one shot off another. And when they were beaten every single time, Tyler Derrick came up with a really decent save.
Appeals for a penalty on the back end of this. What do you make of it from Seaton?
I think everyone just lunged for the ball. I wouldn't give that as a penalty.
And here would be service for Chaplow, but Seaton had drifted offside before that.
Yep, good ball in from Chaplow. He made a bit of a difference in the second half when he came on, but Seaton just wasn't there night up front for Seaton and Annie Voltson.
And here would be the free kick, and probably the best save of the match from Tyler Derrick, who had a terrific one.
Yeah, another good save. He was so solid in goals, but what a day for RGV. Well played. The stats might show them not having too many shots on target, but certainly they had so many chances and could have won this by even more.
And Rio Grande Valley winning by 2-0. You mentioned the chances in the second half for the visitors, and Carlos Small, with maybe a little bit of better luck, had a diving header, had a ball that could have rolled into the path of Jordan Jones as well, who had a terrific match. Rio Grande Valley very much deserved victors tonight.
They did. They were positive throughout. They had a lovely way of playing their football, and when they had to defend, they defended in style. So well done to coach, well done to the players, and Orange County, you know what, move on to the next game. You've still got lots to look forward to in the playoffs.
Zaldivar and Small with the goals. It's Rio Grande Valley who win by 2-0 in Orange County.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.